Hi, my name is Jabin Williams, and I welcome you to Daily Inspiration. And I say Happy New Year to everyone listening to me today. This year promises to be great, it's going to be favorable, and we are all going to be fruitful in all areas of our life in the name of Jesus. Daily Inspiration is a daily motivational dosage that helps to turn every adverse situation around and create a brand new life. Friend, this is another year 2023, and I'm going to be starting with a topic: a fresh start. Starting afresh. Life is full of ups and downs. And the truth is that life is a journey that is full of several experiences. Of course, not many people regard all of these experiences as exciting. Some see most experiences of life as unfortunate. Experiences actually mean different things to different people depending on their attitude and perspective. But the truth is this: regardless of what you are passing through or the challenges you are facing, that should be in the previous year. This is another year you can actually start afresh. And that is why I'm starting this series that I titled Starting Afresh, a fresh start. You can start all over again. No matter what you have passed through in the past, friends, you can start all over. Failure is never your finality. Now listen to me. When we talk about starting afresh, it means putting an end to an undesirable event and introducing constructive changes that should lead to better results in whatever area of our life. Either you have failed or you are doing well. You can actually do better if you're actually doing well. But if you have failed, you can actually start afresh. So starting afresh is moving from a sad past into a bright future, from the floor to the top, from the tail end to the forefront. But it does not just happen like that. So friends, every event is invented by someone. Everything that ever gets done is done by somebody. Nothing just happens. Somebody must start it. So you can start a brand new life in 2023. If you want a new beginning, you must create it. Nobody's going to do that for you. You got to create a new life. Whatever has existed in your life before now that looked like failure, setback, confusion, depression, or oppression will only come to an end when you take steps to create a new one. When you make up your mind to start afresh rather than struggling and fighting the present, focus your energy on creating a new life. Start now. Nobody is going to do it for you. Then how do you go about it? How do you tend to create a new life or starting afresh? Number one, stop waiting. The time for waiting has passed. So it is time for you to start a new life. Number two, you determine your new life. It is you that determines the new life you're going to live. And the third one is be ready to accept responsibility in this new year. Let me start with the first one, friends. Stop waiting. If you want to start afresh, don't wait for anybody. Don't wait for your friends, not your father, not your mother, not even your colleague. Don't wait for a change. You have to create the change that is needed. You create the change that you desire. Most people claim that they are waiting, not knowing that they are wasting. There are so many people waiting for somebody to do something for them before they could get things done, and not knowing that they have actually wasted so much time. So in 2023, friends, don't wait for anything. Don't wait for anybody. Start now. Waiting without doing something is wasting without knowing. Get something doing right now. The longer you wait doing nothing, the more failure overtakes you. If God was waiting for a change, heaven and earth would not be in existence today. Get that straight, because God himself swooped into action. You have waited too long, friends. You have waited long enough. Start doing something today. Start now. Don't wait for anybody. Pick up something and start doing it. So if you enter a new day, for instance, this new year or a new phase of life with the mentality of the past, you are only cheating yourself. Take away the past. Think of the new thing that you can actually do for yourself. No matter how bad your past has been, there can be a new beginning for you. You can actually start afresh. There are people whose lives and businesses have been emptier than yours, and they were able to gather themselves together, but they were now employers of labor. They started with nothing, but because they have focus, they concentrated on the future, and today they are doing fine. The fact that you are sleeping on a mat today does not mean that the end has actually come to you. No, there was a time in every man's life. Those who are already at the top today, there was a time in their life that they were actually struggling, but after a while things begin to work for them because they were so determined. They concentrated on the future, leaving the past behind, and focus on the new thing. So friends, you need to start afresh today. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that not everybody is affected by global economic recess? Not that they are not affected, they look past the past. They forgot what has happened in the past. They concentrated on the possibility of tomorrow. That's number one. Number two, you determine your new life. No man will determine it for you. Life begins with what you are able to offer to your world. So you have no right to talk of your beginning if you have nothing to show for your existence. So your actual beginning is when you have something to show forth to your world. That is, you have something to offer your generation. There is difference between existence and beginning. There are people that are existing, but they have not really begun their life. They have not started. Something existed before God created the heaven and the earth, but the former was of no relevance because it was void. It was only after God had turned it into a place of relevance through his creativity that the Bible said in the beginning. So that means your beginning does not necessarily commence at birth. It does not actually commence at birth. What you experienced last year as a failure does not really matter. You can start a new life today. The birth of a child is his entrance into the world, but as the child grows up, it defines his own beginning through his effect. Each person determines his beginning in life. Now listen to me. Jesus was born, but it was not until after 30 years that he had a beginning. That is from the book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 11. So the day you discover the essence of your existence, that is when you have just started a new life. You can discover the essence, the purpose of your living today. Number 3, as I've been rounding up today, the first day in the first month in year 2023, be ready to take responsibility. How do you start? How do you have a fresh start? Is by accepting responsibility. Be ready to accept responsibility in 2023. The responsibility of sincere appraisal and readiness to make necessary amend and improvement. Until you accept responsibility for your life, you keep making excuses and looking for a scapegoat to blame for everything that happened to you in the past. And those who constantly look for who to blame remain lame. Friends, you don't have to put blame on anybody, but try and take responsibility. Be ready to take responsibility because of the failure of the past. Be ready to accept where you have made mistakes, and be ready to forge ahead you can start all over again this year 2023. Until I come your way again tomorrow, I remain my humble self, Jabin Williams. I want you to understand that you can actually start all over again, because success responds to acceptance of responsibility, while failure results from the lack of it. Thank you and God bless you. Shalom, shalom.